Hey friends in beauty, if you're a professional makeup artist or beauty pro who is tired of juggling multiple tools to run your business, I got great news for you. Beauty Pro Funnels is here to simplify your life and take your business to the next level. Unlike other platforms like Wix, Squarespace, or Acuity, Beauty Pro Funnels was created by a makeup artist for makeup artists. This is the world's first all-in-one software that helps you book clients, sell your products, and even launch courses all in one place. No need for separate subscriptions that drain your wallet or tools that don't speak your language as a beauty pro. With Beauty Pro Funnels, you're not just getting another booking tool. You're unlocking the ability to create multiple revenue streams, so whether you're behind the chair or not, you're making money. Imagine accepting bookings, selling your beauty products, and offering courses all without the stress of managing separate systems. That could be a big headache. Let me break it down to you one more time. Your website, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your portfolio, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. Your booking site, build it on Beauty Pro Funnels. And your e-commerce site, host it in Beauty Pro Funnels. Want to offer beauty courses or digital products? You can sell them inside of Beauty Pro Funnels, and you'll be able to send invoices, digital contracts, newsletters, and do all of your marketing directly from your Beauty Pro Funnels account. It's mind-blowing. Listen, you're going to save hundreds of dollars every single month by replacing over 10 platforms when you make the switch to Beauty Pro Funnels like Wix, Squarespace, Acuity, WordPress, Vagaro, Honeybooks, 17 Hats, Dubsado, MailChimp, Klaviyo, Kajabi, DocuSign, even Shopify. It's crazy. I know you got at least one of those. And here's the best part. Tayana and her team spent over a year building plug-and-play templates into your account for pretty much everything, so you never have to start from scratch at all. So all of your appointment confirmations, reminders, and payment reminders and stuff like that for your clients, they have already been written out for you. You can even gather reviews and referrals all on autopilot. You'll free up so many hours of time each week so you can focus on what you love, your artistry. Plus, with their mobile app, you can manage your entire business from the palm of your hand. Send invoices, schedule appointments, and even take payments on the go. I believe in Beauty Pro Funnels so much that I recently moved the Friends of Beauty site to Beauty Pro Funnels, and I am loving it. It's a game changer because it's not just a platform. I swear it is like having your personal business assistant designed specifically for makeup artists and beauty pros like you. So here's the deal. If you want to see what all the hype is about, visit getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends to get a personalized tour and see how Beauty Pro Funnels can transform your business today. That's getbeautyprofunnels.com/friends because you deserve the best tool for your beauty business.
Have you ever felt so overwhelmed and burnt out that you just wanted to pause everything? You've been in grind mode for so long building your business. When is the last time that you took a break? That's exactly why I created the Water Break Retreat, happening in the breathtaking paradise of Bali on July 6th through 12th, 2025. The name Water Break comes from a moment I had on the verge of burnout, feeling unmotivated, uninspired, and completely drained. You know that feeling when you know you need to slow down, but you just can't justify it because everything feels like it will fall apart without you? That's where I was, and I knew I wasn't the only one. But here's the thing. If you don't take a break voluntarily, your body will force you to take one, and we don't want that, do we? That's why this retreat is all about intentionally pausing, just like a water break in a game, to recharge, refresh, and come back stronger than ever. Imagine waking up to stunning tropical views in a luxurious accommodation, relaxing, unwinding, and connecting with like minded beauty pros, and having memorable experiences that will leave you refreshed and re inspired to run your business and not have your business running you. A private chef welcome dinner, epic pool party with floating breakfast, Balinese spa package with an Instagrammable relaxing flower bath, and visiting the Bali swings is just a portion of what we have planned for you. Flexible payment plans with our dedicated travel expert make it super easy to say yes to the rest that you deserve. This is your chance to prioritize you. Spots are super limited and they're filling up pretty fast, so don't wait. Head over to friendsinbeauty.com/waterbreakretreat to grab your spot for this intimate getaway. If you're ready to hit pause on the hustle and escape to paradise to recharge together, head to friendsandbeauty.com/waterbreakretreat. Check out our full itinerary and save your spot as soon as possible. Share with another friend in beauty and get your passports ready. It's time for a water break.
And I was like, oh no.
You gotta be kidding.
So I went to LA for a trip and I got my brows done. And I said, is Damone here? And he came out to talk to me and I was like, you have to do another class. You have to do another class. And he ended up, I think that following year, doing a class in Chicago. And that was really, I think, what really helped me focus on brows.
Okay.
I'm client facing 1 week out of the month, so Wednesday through Saturday.
1 week out of the month you have clients?
Mm-hmm.
And what you be doing the rest of the time?
Chilling. No.
Oh my God, I love this. Hold up. I'm about to throw in the brushes.
Hold on. We have been trained or programmed to like hustle, this hustle mentality. And it's making us sick. We're burnt out. We are exhausted. We don't have time for these moments with our families, our friends. Time for ourselves, really.
Right.
And so there is a way to make time for yourself and still have a business that's successful.
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get authentic answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. Join me every week as me and my special guest reveal the keys to longevity and success in the beauty industry, from the ups and downs of their journey to the nitty-gritty of their struggles and triumphs. We're spilling the tea on it all, and most importantly, having fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty here, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, on today's episode, I'm so excited because I have Nicole Lovelace in the Friends in Beauty guest chair. So Nicole is a licensed master esthetician and brow expert with over 18 years in the beauty industry. She is also the driving force behind Primp Brow and Beauty Studio, the DMV's premier luxury brow waxing and skincare destination. Through her community, the Wellthy Esthetician, she's helping esthetician entrepreneurs reach their profit potential without the burnout. Oh, so important. Welcome to the Friends of Beauty podcast, Nicole.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm so excited to talk to you because we go way, way back. So I'm so excited to like catch up with you and like learn more about you because I don't think, even though I know who you are, I don't think I really know much about like how you got started and, everything like that. So I'm excited to have this conversation.
Yeah, I like to play the background a bit.
Also, well, before we jump into it, let's start off with some icebreakers so the Friends of Beauty audience can get to know you a little bit outside of what you do. So, first one, just give us 3 random facts about you.
So I would say one is that like I'm a recovering Dateline like fanatic. And I say recovering because I realized it was like contributing to my anxiety. But I like crime shows and just like the investigative stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that's one. 2 is that lemon desserts are like my favorite. I don't like many cookies. But if you give me like a lemon cream and not an Oreo, but like an old school, remember back in the day they used to have a chocolate and vanilla where there was a lemon with the lemon inside.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. You really can't find them, except at like certain gas stations.
Right.
Those lemon cream cookies, lemon cake with lemon icing, my favorite.
Okay.
3, I would say I just I'm not gonna say I just, but I'm into like making mocktails now.
Okay.
So I was kind of into it before, but I went on a vacation and they showed me some things. So
Nice. Okay. Well, we have that true crime thing in common because I mean, I still am obsessed with true crime. I think I don't know if it hasn't made me like paranoid or anything like that, but I am like just hyper aware of like certain things. And when I hear people like committing crimes, I'm like, well, why you didn't do this? You should have did that. Like, I'm not trying to help you, but why you didn't think through this more?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, yeah. What do people always tell you that you're good at aside from what you do professionally?
Mm, be giving advice,
Hmm.
but I feel like it's one of those things where they say I give good advice, but it's like they still want to do something against what I said and then come back and it's like, oh, you were right. I know, girl. I know.
That's why I told you to do it the first time. Crazy. Okay, give it good advice. When's the last time that you did something for the first time? Have you had any new experiences lately?
Recently, I got two actually. Recently, my husband and I we did a day date and we went to like a virtual reality thing, and it was like so much
Is it
fun.
like the sandbox thing? Was it that one?
It wasn't, I don't know what it's called. It's in like Owings Mills.
Okay.
Um, I don't know what it's called, but it was like so much fun. I was sweating and huffing and puffing when it was done, but it made me realize like this is why people are addicted to this kind of stuff. It's
Hmm.
like adrenaline rush, but I had so much fun doing that. That was one. And then the second is I tried okra, but the cat, I feel like I'm a fake okra eater now because like I'm a fake sushi eater because I still won't try like okra prepared. I guess traditionally it seems like too slimy, but I went to Chef Kwame's restaurant, doggone, however you pronounce it.
Yeah,
One of
yeah.
the dishes had like a fried okra with honey and these
Ooh.
seasonings on it. And I said, oh, give me okra this way every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see. I like okra in any form. I like the sliminess. I like it's like fried, not fried, but like what is it called? Dehydrated. When it's like crunchy like a chip. I like
I
that.
eat it that way. But I just, if it's like what's on the internet, like people drinking the okra
Oh
water,
yeah. I don't know if I could do that.
I'm not interested. I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I don't think I could do the okra water, but I do like to eat okra.
And maybe I'll try it, but it just does not look appetizing to me.
Yeah, nah. Mm-mm. Let's see. Do you have a current mini win or a milestone that you've accomplished that is leading up to a bigger goal?
I would say probably maybe just being on a podcast. I haven't been on a podcast in quite some time.
Hmm.
'Cause like I said, I just like to play the
Yeah.
background, but I really um think the Wealthy Esthetician is a very valuable community tool resource for people. And I
Yeah.
think this is one way that um, the people that need it will know about it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, reaching more people. I did see on your page too. It was like probably sometime last year. You were like, "This is me stepping out of my comfort zone." Like you was doing like an interview with somebody.
But
Mm. What'd you say?
I hate it, but I'm here. I'm grateful.
You step. I mean, you're leading by example because I know it's going to be some other estheticians and people out there that are like, okay, if Nicole can do it, I should probably put myself out there too. So
Sure.
yeah. So if you weren't a master esthetician, owner of primp, the wealthy esthetician, all of the things that you do in the beauty industry, is there anything else you could see yourself doing?
Mm, I love to travel. I love to eat. So probably getting paid to do something
Mhm.
related to one of those things. But also, I used to say I would want to be a private investigator.
Hey, hire me first. We could do it. It's one thing. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
Right.
I feel like I could be a private investigator for real. Like I be on the internet just I found like family members before, like on my mom's side that we're not connected to, just from a simple Google search and going down the rabbit hole. And I'm like, okay, this the name. I'm gonna go on Instagram and find the page. Put
Yes.
me on the case.
Yes.
Awesome. We here. We got it. That's the end of the icebreakers. See, that was, simple, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember how we met?
I was thinking about that, and I think, but I'm not sure. I feel like Tania introduced us at one of the shows. Then it's I think.
I was trying to remember too. I don't remember when I first like met you,
I don't know. I
but
feel like that was it. We were at a CEU conference or something, or maybe a makeup symposium or something.
um,
And I feel like that's where I met you, but I'm not 100% sure.
me either. All I know is like fun fact, y'all. I hosted my first makeup class at Primp back
Yeah.
in 2017. That's what I remember. I knew I met you before that though. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't remember exactly when I met you, but I hosted my first makeup class at Nicole's beauty studio, which is so exciting. And also I did makeup for your bridesmaids when you got married.
You did.
So
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, we go way back. I feel like that's probably the last time I saw you in person.
Yeah, yes, it
That's
is.
so bad.
Yeah.
That is so
All
bad.
right. We back.
We back, we back. But you have to tell me, like, start from, I guess, as far back as you can go when you decided to become an esthetician. Like, what was that decision at the time and what was going on in your life?
So I graduated college and went to working. Go.
Okay.
Um, Graduated in '03 with a business degree, but I started out in like budget financial management. So I still very much love numbers. And my mother retired from the government. So that was like, okay, I'm gonna work my way up. I'm gonna do what my mom did. But at some point I was like, I want to make some extra money and start doing makeup. Um, got into makeup, and then when I started just researching learning more about makeup, I came across aesthetics. And I,
Mhm.
oh, this looked like I can make even more money. And so I got my license in 2006. I was always like, I like Dr. Pimple Popper. I like
Me
that part
too.
of it. So got my license, and I still very much was like, okay, I'm gonna be a celebrity makeup artist, right? All this other stuff wasn't really brows and stuff that came afterwards. I was working full time. I was renting space in the basement of the school where I went to aesthetic school. So I was seeing a couple clients here and there, just like I said, to make some extra money. And then at some point I was like, I'm not really enjoying what I'm doing anymore.
Hmm.
Um, So I was kind of hopping around. I worked here, I worked there. In 2009, and I probably will jump kind of all over.
Uh-huh.
But in 2009, I was also working out of my home, and ended up selling I had a facial bed that I was selling, and a person that reached out to me on Craigslist was opening up a brow bar
Hmm.
called The Brows. And she said she was also looking for a manager. So I had my manager's license in DC. So that was kind of my introduction to like the brow world.
Got you.
Um, so I did that part time. I thinking back, I feel like they were very like premature in their entry into the industry, which is one of the reasons why they didn't last.
Hmm.
But nonetheless, yeah, I started managing. I was still going to work, then going there, doing brows and facials. And back when people were into like the flare lash extensions, I was
Yeah.
those. Um, and then fast forward, so that was a few years. I ended up working at a spa, and still kind of like, okay, I'm gonna do this makeup thing. I was doing brides, and shout out to my friends who got married in our early 20s and let me do their makeup.
You owe them an apology.
Like one of those things where you just like look back at the era,
Hmm.
like brows looked a certain way in that era. And so I felt like the makeup kind of, but also I wasn't that great yet.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I do owe them an
I
apology.
mean, I got some clients that I need to do over from like 10 years ago for sure. I'm like, just free of charge. Just sit there. I gotta redeem myself.
It was yeah. Shout out to y'all.
Hmm.
So I, the woman that I was working for, she actually was like a celebrity nail artist, and she did makeup from time to time in those arenas. And she took me on set one time
Hmm.
just to kind of assist her. And I was like, I do not want to be a celebrity makeup artist. Um, because I am an introvert. And so that was a lot for me. And I also realized like the demands. I'm also very timely. Most of the time things aren't running as on time
Yeah.
as you would like to, so it's just a bunch of things that made me be like, I don't really want to do this for real.
Hmm.
Um, but I still was doing aesthetics part time. And then one day I did this woman's brows, and I was not on social media like that, but I ended up posting her before and after. And people were like, oh my God. Looking back now, I'm just like, y'all like anything. But
But at that time,
it wasn't a thing. Like it wasn't a lot of people doing brows in the way they're doing it now. So um yeah, that one picture I think kind of said maybe brows could be a thing. I transitioned out of that position. I started working from my home, and I realized like quickly, I don't want all these people in my house.
hmm
So I ended up renting, shared a suite with somebody who did lashes, still doing part-time. And again, very much like I hate my job. I need
what did like part-time look like for you at that time? Were you working only on the weekends or like after work you were taking clients?
after work and then on Saturdays. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I believe work at 4, go to the suite. Pretty much, I would say like a Tuesday through Friday kind of thing, and then Saturday until
Okay.
about 4 or 5. And I was pretty booked. So, oh, because that was like 2015 maybe. But if
Hmm.
we rewind to 2013, I had come across maybe in 2012, Damone Roberts.
Okay.
Eyebrow came out in LA, and he was doing master classes. But right around the time where I was ready, he said he wasn't doing anymore. And I was like, oh no.
You gotta be kidding.
So I went to LA for a trip, and I got my brows done. And I said, is Damone here? And he came out to talk to me. And I was like, you have to do another class. You have to do another class. And he ended up, I think that following year, doing a class in Chicago. And that was really, I think, what really helped me focus on brows.
Okay.
Again, I never wanted to post my work. I was not in, I just like my little box.
Yeah.
He said something that kind of made me be like, okay, maybe this can really be a thing. He was like, I love your precision and attention to detail. And
Mm.
that was coming from him, of course. That's like, oh my, okay, we
Yeah.
we could do this. And so from then on, I just really started focusing on brows. And I feel like I always approach things in a meticulous way anyway, but that kind of really made me kind of hone in on the way I was doing things.
That's great. Do you think that estheticians should like focus on a single service or try to do like as much as they can?
I think you can do whatever you want. However, I feel like when you have a focus, you can command a higher price.
Mm.
Um, so if you think about your physician, right? And you got a primary care that it's a generalist. The rates for them are going to be much lower than a cardiologist or OB or somebody that really specializes in a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that you can't know how to do things, but I feel like when you have a focus, you can command higher rates.
Yeah, for
One of
sure.
the ways you command higher.
Yeah. So how were you finding clients in the beginning when you were juggling like the part-time and your full-time job?
really word of mouth. I'm gonna be honest, my business has grown by word of mouth. It hasn't been until like maybe last year where I really started, okay, I need to focus on, really getting new clients in here. Because prior to that, it was, people telling other people.
Yeah, that's the best way. And they see the results right there. So it's like, who did your brows, girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nicole. When did you become a master esthetician?
Probably around maybe this 2007 or so.
Okay, so pretty quick, like after. Okay,
Yeah.
cool beans, cool beans. So when did you open Primp? Because I feel like before I started doing makeup, were you all on like U Street or something, or something?
Eyebrow was on U Street.
You brow, okay. Because I used to pass there like all the time, and then I remember you all moving to like Georgia Avenue.
Yeah, so D Brows was on U Street. Then they started running space out of a hair salon on Georgia Avenue. And then went to Phoenix Salon Suites on Rhode Island Avenue. And
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix we opened here in 2016.
Got you. That's so cool. So 2016, you opened there, and I had my class in 2017.
Yeah.
Thank you for opening.
I think you were like my first event. Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm excited to hear that. So, what made you want to open up your own brow studio?
Honestly, it was uh happenstance, quite honestly. My husband's he was my boyfriend then, his barber worked, this was a hair salon first. His barber worked here and he called me and said, hey, they are getting rid of this space. I think you should call and see.
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't have, other than I wanted to quit my job, I didn't have a plan for real when this
Yeah,
happened. It just kind of fell in my lap. So,
yeah, for sure. And y'all had to do like a lot of renovating, right?
ooh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. It was, think about what decor was looking like back in the 80s. It was the same thing. Yeah.
Ooh, dang. So, how long did it take for you to flip it and to get it to how you wanted it to be?
It was probably, I got the space in 15 and I didn't probably maybe 9, 10 months.
Wow. Wow. That's good to know. That's good to know. So, at this point, like, how often do you work? You work every day?
No. I'm client facing 1 week out of the month. So Wednesday through Saturday.
1 week out of the month, you have clients?
Hmm.
And what you be doing the rest of the time?
Um, chilling. No,
Oh my God, I love
no,
this. Hold up. I'm about to throw in the brushes.
hold on. I do work. I do work because I mean, one of the reasons I did have to transition is because I couldn't focus on, on the business. I was always in the business. So
Mhm.
I do have like days where I work on the business, but then if I want to go do something else, I can go do something else.
Oh my God. Okay, so what does that look like? Like working, you said on the business versus like what does working on the business look like versus working in the business?
Whether it's payroll, whether it is, I like to um like really have my voice or the voice of primp. So whether it's drafting newsletters to get people, stay top of mind. I still love numbers. So I'm looking at the budget. I'm doing all of those things. I also do training for people.
Yeah.
If my team needs, a refresher, I'm doing that. And then there are times where somebody might call out, I
Hmm.
so what I try not to do is take the clients because I don't want people to get in the habit of seeing me if they aren't already booked with me. So I'll just reschedule them, but I may have to sit at the desk and answer the phone from time to time. So I'm not above any of that. But um yeah, that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think your well, obviously your background in finances helps you in running the business. So I feel like a lot of beauty professionals we aren't strong in that area, but in order to run a business, you got to know the numbers and know how to move some stuff around.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I enjoy the numbers, so it makes it a little easier, although it does make my head hurt from time to time too.
Mhm.
I also feel like having bookkeeper and accountant is very important as well. So even if you're somebody that is not, I think you should take time to really know what's going on in your business.
Mhm.
But you also need those people to assist you as well.
Yeah. So when it comes to like hiring people that work in your space, how do you, I guess, ensure that the standard is consistent, like consistent with everybody and the clients that they're serving and them just being represented under the primp
Right.
name?
So I have a skill certification program. So they learn everything from culture to um language, like certain language. So if you go to Chick-fil-A, they say my pleasure. We say it too.
Mhm.
So there's a certain way we speak. So they go through training for every single thing that is done in the business.
Yeah.
Um, the way we do brows is done a certain way. So there's a SOP for everything we do, from
Got you.
down to how you down to like how you tuck the trash bag in the trash can.
Mhm.
If you think about it, like if you walking somewhere and the trash bag is just, I don't want to me, that makes me not want to, I don't want to be serviced there.
Yeah.
To me, it's like the small details.
I
So,
love that.
those things are important to me. And so the way we do it is they have to test on everything, whether it's giving a tour. They're gonna practice it until they get it right. And it's not say it the way Nicole says it, find your voice with it and make it your own. But
Mhm.
that's something that everybody has to know how to do, is give a tour to a new guest.
I love that. Like piggybacking off of that, like how do you go about elevating your guest experience, or what are some ways that estheticians can like, elevate their guest experience that's not going to be like g- not stepping out of their comfort zone, but that's not going to take too much effort, like things that they can do to elevate the experience for the people coming in.
Yeah, I think like small touches. So whether it's just a light massage, just small things that people will notice like that. And that doesn't add any additional time to the service, although you can do things that will add additional time. But I like to think about things that are going to be low or no cost that can elevate. So whether it's under eye, I have a line of under eye treatments and brow masks. And so every new brow client gets this under eye treatment. So they get to experience at their first visit so that next time they can add it on as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
those are small things, but also cleanliness is important. And like I said, um, the things that you think people don't notice, they're noticing.
Yeah.
I have a friend who, she said somebody came into her shop, and maybe it was like a body scrub, whatever, the scrub.
Yeah.
It was a little bit that had fallen on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman said, I've been coming here, I've been enjoying my experience, but I don't think I'll be back, because if you guys can't seem to clean up the floor or something like that, then that lets me know there are other things falling by the wayside.
Dang.
So I always give that example when I feel like I notice they're being a little bit lazy about something. And also, I don't ask anything that I'm not willing to do myself. I know that it's
Mm-hmm.
my business, but I definitely want people here that um, see the vision, see what I'm doing, and are on board with that.
Yeah, for sure. How often do you have to like meet with your team? Like,
So we have huddles daily, and some of it I have switched to just a communication platform. Um, and then we have monthly, like over full team meetings.
got you. Okay. Talk to me about creating this community for estheticians, the Wealthy Esthetician. Like, what inspired you to do this?
Oh boy. Honestly, I was sick. I was stressed out. I had grown this business, like I was working 10-hour days, like most estheticians do. We go into it like, let me hurry up and try to cram all these people into my day so I can make the most money, skipping lunch, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was always exhausted. I had my daughter in 2019. And so that shifted from hormones, but also wanting to be present for her. And COVID hit.
Right.
And my exhaustion and overwhelm shifted to something is happening in my body that nobody really knows what's. I did have one doctor that ran the right test, but my body was doing some things. And like, well, what I have learned is that stress shows up in many different ways,
Mm-hmm.
causing something in my body to like flare up.
Wow.
And um it was to the point where like my prayer was like, I just want to be here to see my daughter grow up.
Mm-hmm.
And so managing whatever was happening in my body, to the business being shut down for 3 months, to still having employees that got to eat too.
Right.
It was just so much. And I was just like, when I come back, and it also, it wasn't an immediate thing when we reopened. It was just kind of like, I know that my goal has been to step back from behind a chair. So I have to start taking the steps to do that.
Right. Right.
It probably at least took me another year to even begin doing that, because I started thinking about like, okay, this client loves me, I love them, just really
Yeah.
trying to overextend and accommodate people, and worried about the people that may leave the business because they only want to see me. Um,
But you got to be around for them to see.
so it was just like, you know what? If they don't value one, that I am trying to transition so that I can grow the business, that I can grow the people that are here, then this is not the place for them, number one. But also, I have trained these people. So I've heard people say, like, well, I'm just going to go somewhere else. Why would you go somewhere else when I've trained these people in the standard?
Right.
So I think I kind of got lost in whatever.
Yeah, just like just the inspiration behind the Wealthy Esthetician.
Yeah, so I had, yeah, it was just to a point where it's like we have been trained or programmed to like hustle, this hustle mentality. And it's making us sick. We're burnt out, we are exhausted, we don't have time for these moments with our families, our friends, time for ourselves really.
Right.
And so there is a way to make time for yourself and still have a business that's successful.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So what do you all what do you all do? Is it like a membership community that where you meet
Oh, it
monthly?
is
Like,
still growing because I'm very much behind the scenes. But one of the things we did earlier this year was we did a stretch event. So I have a fellow esthetician, she's into stretching and yoga. So she came in and led a
yeah.
stretch event. So that was like our inaugural event. That was cool. And I got into stretching because there was a woman in I believe she's in Atlanta, but she traveled here to do a stretch event, and it was like 2 hours of stretching. I was like, oh my,
Mm,
this is the best thing ever. And so I just really started incorporating stretching into my self-care as
I like
well.
that. Yeah.
Um, so yes, it is a community that I'm building. I have a newsletter, that same newsletter I've had for many, many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
Growing that newsletter to still put out not only wellness tips, but business tips as well.
Yeah.
Um, I'm looking to partner with some wellness and health professionals in the new year, and also business consulting and coaching.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. We love it. People, yeah, we are burnt out. And when you said the not eating lunch, I was like, guilty, because I don't even know if I had breakfast yet, which is so bad because I had a client like super early this morning. Then I had to, get myself ready to do the interview. So then by the time I eat, it's gonna be like midday already if I don't get distracted with like trying to do something else before I take care of myself. It's a bad habit.
Yeah, you just got to be intentional about it. Unfortunately, I mean, I get it. Like, it's always this to-do list of things
Mm.
you have to get done. But even if it's something small,
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, we want the longevity, not only in our careers, but in our lives in general. So, and we can't have that if we aren't taking care of ourselves.
we cannot. We
It's
can.
not gonna be a perfect journey. I'm still trying to figure out, like, what works for me, but I know that overall, I want to feel good. I want to, all the money that is coming in, what good is it if you can't enjoy it?
Exactly. Yep. Yep. When you're I guess coaching inside of your program and people have questions about rates and what they should charge and everything like that. 'Cause I think that's like a universal thing with beauty pros. Like how do you advise them as estheticians on how to set their rates and the standard that they want to create for their business and life?
So it starts with a budget. Like you have to know, okay, these are the things I want for my life, and this is what it costs. But also, you have to know the cost of to run your business, and then what does it look like to profit there? And then those spreadsheets. It definitely goes back to knowing your numbers for sure. But
Yeah.
also, I don't advise if you don't have a lot of experience in something that you can't be charging $300 for this thing if you don't have that experience.
Yeah.
I think experience, I think demand. So some people cost of living is one thing, but I think a huge jump when you don't really have the demand might not be the best thing either.
Hmm.
I definitely think figuring out what you feel your value is. I see also a lot of people that are just scared to raise their rates because
Hmm.
they're losing the clients, or they don't feel they're worth it. And
Yeah.
much of it is mindset. So if you don't feel like you're worth it, nobody else will either.
Right, right. Because I know some people like charge your worth, but that could be the problem if they're charging their worth.
I mean, it's so many. I like to go and investigate, but it's so many great brow artists out here that are like charging pennies. I'm like, girl, if you don't go up on you
Yeah. Like you said, it's in their head. So if they're charging what they think they're worth, then that might be what the problem is.
so I mean, it definitely starts with mindset, but also is knowing like what does it cost for you to actually perform this service, and then what's the profit you want to make from it.
Sure, for sure. Are you from DC?
I'm from PG.
From Pete, you better be correct, cause like I be getting on people like this girl I met at this at this event a couple of weeks ago. It was like two people from Philly, and I asked her where she was from. She said she was from the DMV or something like. Oh, she said DC or something. I forgot what she said, but I think when she said DMV, I said, "Oh, you ain't from DC. You from Maryland." I said, "You from PG County, ain't you?" Cause when you from DC, you say you from DC. You ain't gonna say
Right.
no
So I'm
DMV.
from PG. I grew up in PG. I do live in DC now, but I'm from
Gotcha.
PG.
Okay, okay. I was just like random. 'Cause I hear the accent, but
So I hear that people always tell me I sound like more Southern. So I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like you sound like you're from this area. Yeah. So how do you go about balancing life, like your business life and then your personal life? Because I heard someone say it's not balance, like harmony, like harmonizing everything.
Yeah, I think you just have to figure out what the priority is in the moment, right? So if I have a deadline to meet, that's my priority. And
Hmm.
um, but my goal is to my family is first. Because like I said, that's my goal with this business is to free up my time so that I can spend time doing the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
So I just think it's about what is the priority in the moment. If my daughter needs something, then I figure out a way to meet her needs in that moment and then
Yeah.
come back to the business aspect. But um, yeah, I think harmony is a good word.
Yeah, for sure. Like with you having so many years in the industry now, I guess where do you need to be supported at this point?
Um, so one of the things that I have always been good about is finding a coach for whatever stage I'm in. So I've literally my entire career have always had sort of coach. So
Yeah.
my transition from employee to entrepreneur, I had a coach to help me do that. I had a coach when I opened. I've consulted with other people throughout the year. So I still work with a coach now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me now it's about partnerships and collaboration and community.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay. Have you thought about what you want your legacy to be with everything that you're doing, the community that you're building and primp
Um,
and everything?
So definitely I want my daughter to be able to look at me and feel like she can build something and be successful at it. She can do whatever she wants to do. But I also want people to remember me as somebody who challenged them. Um, yeah, that's what I would say. Um, I've had employees, so I've had people come and go. But one of the things that really, even if it doesn't work out, I have many of them that still write me and text me and say, you were the best employer, but whatever was going on in, what their personal lives didn't allow them to still be here.
Mm-hmm.
So that just kind of is what I want to leave. Like whether it's a friend, a family member, or employee, a colleague, I want them to feel like I impacted them in some way.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Do you have anything that's coming up next that you can share? Any like stuff for the new year and all that?
Um, Products. So I have some products already, but I'm working on just rebranding, just making them a little bit better. And then my focus really is the Wealthy Esthetician. That's
Yeah.
what I can tell you.
Yeah. I'm about to say more events and
Yeah.
products to come. Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I had to ask you the Friends of Beauty rapid fire questions. Sometimes they're not so rapid because if you need to elaborate, that's fine. So the first one is, what are the top three keys to your success so far?
Um, I would say operating in excellence, integrity, and it should have been first, but putting God first.
Putting God first,
Mhm.
operating in excellence and integrity. I like that. How do you measure your success?
I think it has been different over the years. At some point it was like recognition, like being voted the best place to get waxed, or featured or being in the news. But now it's measured by the freedom, financial and time freedom to do whatever I want to do. And
Mhm.
have I fully arrived there? What, completely no, but that is how I'm measuring success right now.
Yeah, I love that. I love how we get when we like just mature, like our priorities and what's important shifts. I'm finding that with myself too. I'm like, I don't need to be on the hustle and bustle like every time. I need to rest. Rest is important. That's success to me. If I could rest and get a nap. Oh, a nap?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Got an app alarm and everything.
I love it. Shoot. What's the best advice you've received or a piece of advice that's just like always stuck with you?
um, I would say anything that you do part-time, those are the kind of results you're going to get.
Okay. Look, that just snatched somebody's edges. Anything that you do part-time, that's the type of results you're gonna get.
Yeah, and I think people can do many things, right? But as we age, um, our bodies tell us to slow down.
Right.
But I also notice like, oh, this is supposed to be rapid.
It's okay.
I notice people like over here. I'm going to teach. I'm going to be in a treatment room. I'm going to they're doing five different things, right? Because they're still trying to chase after this dollar. And it's like,
Mm,
focus that attention on one or two things. Imagine the growth that you could experience instead of spreading yourself so thin.
Right, right. Okay, I love it. What advice would you give to another esthetician right now or brow expert who is just kind of struggling and they're just like, I'm about to go back to corporate?
Um, I think there's seasons.
Hmm.
And you can use this time where you feel like you're struggling to plant seeds for the season to come. So keep pushing if this is truly something you want to do.
Yeah.
Get under or around people that have done what you're trying to do. Success leaves clues. So, in the times where you feel like it's slower or you're struggling, always be doing something that to better yourself. Or
Yeah.
so
I
that's what.
like that. I like planting the seeds. I like that. Yeah. What's a resource that has helped you in your business that you could share with the friends and beauty community?
Is. Mm, mhm. Well, I just got finished reading a book called Build the Life You Want.
Okay, I like that.
I think that when people get into business, they should always start with what do they want their lives to look like. Otherwise, you find yourself on the hamster wheel.
Hmm.
So that's a great book.
I like that. Okay. And the last one is just a statement that I want you to repeat and just say, my name is blank. And the key to longevity and success is like whatever you think it is.
Okay. My name is Nicole Lovelace. The key to longevity and success, I would say, is absolutely God first in everything. And mm, yeah, do right by people.
God first and do right by people. And that's all you need. I love it. Before you go, please share like your social media information about the Wealthy Esthetician, like whatever you want people to know and connect with you.
Absolutely. So on Instagram, I am Nicole A. Lovelace. And then I also have the Wealthy Esthetician. I am currently fasting from social media. Highly recommended, super productive during this.
I've never done that before.
It's a 90 day and I'm at 46 now.
Okay.
But yes, that's where you can find me, Nicole A. Lovelace and the Wealthy Esthetician. And there is a link where you can join my mailing list. And that's where I typically send out all of my tidbits of information.
Okay. Yes. So all the estheticians.
It's Asia Brows, body waxing, skincare, PRMPbeautystudio.com. And you can also send me a message as well at the Wealthy Esthetician. That's WELLTHY, the Wealthy Esthetician at Gmail if you're interested in training or consulting or anything like that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you. That was
Yeah, and now the name like makes like the spelling makes sense. Like to be well, the Wealthy Esthetician. Okay. Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with another friend in beauty. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe, rate, and leave a 5-star review so that other friends in beauty can find the show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, hashtag Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.